I scream, you scream, we all scream for... Well, mostly you just scream.
Today, we are going to talk about how I built a body for this half-bodied ice cream clown from Party City. So as you saw at the beginning of the video, he's got some shoes, he's got pants, then his upper torso. Now when you buy this prop from Party City, it just comes on a big long stake and you're supposed to just stick it in the ground. So for those of you that have extremely hard compacted yards, it's a little harder to get these flimsy metal stakes in the ground. I'm going to show you how I built the rest of him. So now he fully stands up all on his own, no staking in the ground, and you can do many other things with him now. Now this guy here, I just measured, he stands 7 foot 1 inch. He is a big one. And you can make this as tall and as short as you want with whatever materials you have. I went ahead and bought a few extra things online just to kind of really pull it all together. I'm going to go ahead, take them apart, and then show you what I did. Now as you can see, the torso just pops right off. It's all stuck together. With this push button, it kind of holds him down in with the piping that I used. And as far as the rest of him, it's just PVC pipe. I don't have anything glued together, just for ease of taking it on and off. Eventually, this will be all glued together, and then you won't be able to take the pants off. Now, once you take this middle section out, you can then slide the pants right off. Now, funny enough, these pants actually came from this animatronic, the Gravedigger from Home Depot. They sent me 2 pairs of pants in the package of clothing. I'm not sure why. I don't know if that was just a mistake or what happened there. But when I bought ice cream, I already had the vision that I was like, well, I already have spare pants. I can build the rest of the body because I already have PVC. I already have a base built. So I'm just going to make this guy have a full body. The shoes are just some cheap plastic shoe covers. They would actually fit over top of my shoes. It's basically just for a clown costume. These were like 10 bucks on eBay. And again, they have the big hole. And I just slide over top of the pole. I have a notch cut into the side of this guy right here. As you can see, there's a notch cut into the side, and the notch is for when it sits on top of the PVC pipe, it then sits flush, because without that, it was sitting crooked, pretty much like that. So with that notch, it allows that shoe to go all the way down to the ground now. As you can see here, I just made kind of a rectangular base, pretty much mimicking this guy right here. The Gravediggers Base is pretty much what I used as a mock. Similar dimensions here. I didn't do anything crazy. And I used 1 inch PVC pipe all the way around for everything. And I used 4 90s. And then I cut, I believe these are like 8-inch pieces into a T and then straight up to the legs. Took it outside, put some black spray paint on it, and then just when I put him outside, I'll just put some cinder blocks or something behind him just to make sure it doesn't fall over. But it is pretty sturdy. It shouldn't really go anywhere, but I'm just gonna, I put cinder blocks on all my animatronics just so nothing falls over and breaks. All 1 inch PVC. So you got 2 T's, and then you have 4 90-degree. I stuck these in there, what I thought would be pretty much the height that I wanted. So the legs come out to about 3 foot 7 inches is what I have for the length of the legs. And I do believe, like I said, these are, yeah, each of these on the sides are 8 inches into the T. And then these ones are about 14 inches a piece for the front and the back. And then obviously you have 290s up top, and then the center section is about 4 1/4. So it'll pull these in just a little bit. So these pieces are about 4 1/4 into this T, and that's pretty much the main base right there. And then he will sit up top in this little MacGyvered piece that I have here, which is, I believe this is, well, it's a screw-in piece to a 3/4, and then a 3/4 down to a 1/2 inch. Then Ice Cream's pole is just a little bit smaller than a 1/2 inch, so he fits in there, and he's got some play. So if you don't want that, you'll have to just, you know, put some tape or something around the pole before sliding it in there. But I have other ideas for this guy, so I want this to stay loose and move. The PVC, like I said, is 1 inch. I believe they come in 10-foot sections at Home Depot. I don't remember the exact price. A 10-foot section of piping should build you the entire base and the framing that I have here. Number one tool you're going to need is this PVC pipe cutter. I think it's like $13 at Home Depot or Lowe's or wherever you want to get it. I got everything at Home Depot. And you just mark where you want to cut it, and it ratchets. So you get in there, and it'll start cutting. And it actually cuts pretty effortlessly, and it makes a nice clean cut. I'll go ahead and give you a close-up of the shoes here. So you can see the notches. It's nothing beautiful. These aren't the greatest notches in the world, but it sits down over that PVC pipe just perfect. So I'll go ahead, put him back together, slide down, and sit over that PVC pipe. Throw his pants back on. So if you have other animatronics laying around, I would suggest using those versus other clothing, but you could use regular clothing, or if you have costumes, you can use whatever. Doesn't really matter. There's no directions to this, and there's no right way, and there's no wrong way to doing it. You can do it however you want. Put that back on, and I've just pretty much pulled his pants all the way up because they are elastic in the waist. Instead of putting them here with the potential to fall down, I've got them just sitting up top here, and eventually I'll probably put some screws through the PVC pipe into here just to make sure they don't fall down. Now that we have him all the way built here, or at least the portion that I built, we'll show you what it looks like from the side. This is a side shot. Not much to there. You could go through with pool noodles and fatten the legs up and some bubble wrap or whatever you want to use. I'm not going too crazy right now at the moment. I'm just trying to get everything mocked up. But you can go as far as you want to. You can make an actual hip to him. You know, you could make a hip loop here, and the pants could fit around there, and then you can fatten the thighs and the legs up. You can just do whatever you want. I mean, the options are absolutely endless. And like I said, there's no right way and there's no wrong way of doing this. So I'm going to go ahead and put him back on. He's got the push button down here. Slides in, and he pretty much locks into place for me. I have him with a little forward tilt. So there we go. That is the 7'1" ice cream clown from Party City 2022's Halloween season. This guy looks absolutely awesome, especially now that he is just as big as Towering Clown. So he is now literally a towering clown amongst the rest of this large collection back here. This dude is massive. He looks great. You can go through and fatten him up a little bit because he is paper thin from top to bottom. So we will go through and do that at another time. But you can pose his arms, you can move these however you want. They do have some cheap foam padding in here, so you can go through and actually put real pool noodles. But that might be kind of a pain because they don't have this to where you can get in there real easy. It's all hot glued down for some reason. So you'd have to warm that glue up, peel that off so you can roll the sleeve up so you can put pool noodle on there, or you can cut this somehow, get in there and cut this and put new in. You can doll this up any way you want. I will link to a video down below where I had painted his face because this is not the face you get in the box. I have added some blood dripping and painted the tongue. I repainted the nose and I repainted the eyes. Originally it's blue above his eyes and below his eyes. His nose is kind of a dull red and it's pretty much scratched up from the box. I repainted his teeth a darker shade of yellow and then added perma blood inside with blood dripping. I do want to do another coat on that. But I darkened up his face a little bit so he's got kind of a dirtier, dingy look to him. He's not super bright white and clean like he is right out of the box. And I added some to the eyes. I painted black in the nose. I still need to repaint this cherry. And then I'll probably go through and add some little touches to the hands. But I have other ideas for this behemoth. As you can see, he does kind of this. So if you don't want him to do that, like I said, you could wrap some tape around the pipe in here. If you don't want him to move, me personally, I want him to move, and there will be another video on that because I'm gonna do some other stuff with this guy. I'm not done. I want to do some more painting on him. And I want to do some other stuff to the stand and really bring this guy fully to life. But for those of you that have not seen the demo video or the unboxing, I will link to the unboxing video I did of Ice Cream. And I will also link to the video I did of painting his face. But for those of you that haven't seen the demo, I will go ahead and let him run through his demo.
I just love the taste of frozen flesh, don't you? I scream, you scream, we all scream for... Well, mostly you just scream. I'm running a little low on refreshments. Run and get the kids for me, will you?
So I hope you found this video helpful. And if you bought Ice Cream here and want to build a base for him, I have now given you everything you need to know on how to build your own so you can make a 7-foot towering clown out of Ice Cream. It's rather cheap. For about under 20 bucks, you should be able to build your own base and build a 7-foot towering clown out of Ice Cream. Now he is $130 from Party City, so you have about $150-ish into him. That depends on if you have clothing or shoes or whatever you want to use. But all in all, I think he turned out awesome. I'm super happy with how massive this dude is. And I hope I was able to help you build your own towering clown for minimal expense. So if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. I will be uploading daily, every day in the month of August. So make sure to hit that bell icon and make sure you select all notifications. Until the next video, my name is Jordan. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you tomorrow.